Online students. Okay, right. Let's get started then. So we are discussing about automation frameworks here, right? Okay, right. So what is the meaning of automation framework? Creation of folder structure with standard rules here, right? So what are all that particular standard rules need to be followed, and what are all that particular folder structures need to be created? That it will depends on project requirement. Based on that particular project requirement and based on that particular client requirement, it will depends what are the folders need to be created, and then what are all that particular standard rules need to be followed. Now, while working any framework, it can be anything. While working any framework, we need to be get followed to standard rules here, right? While working any framework, we need to be get followed to particular standard rules. In that, what is the first one? Design of automation frameworks, right? Which need to be get mentioning about design of automation frameworks. This is the first step. What is the second step? Design of automation script, which need to be get mentioning the design of automation scripts here, right? So one, we need to be get mentioning the design of automation framework, and then which need to be get mentioning the design of automation scripts here. Okay, right. So while working any framework or any automation tool, these are all the two steps need to be done. In that, if I get consider design of automation framework, who will be doing this? Test lead according to real-time standards. According to real-time standards, the test lead will be taking care about and getting designing automation, and getting designing automation framework. Once it has been completed, it will hand over to test engineer. As a tester or as a test engineer, need to be get taking care about design of automation scripts. This is what we need to be get taking care about while working any framework, any automation tool. We need to be get perform these two particular steps. In real time, you will be taking care about in designing automation script, but as part of learning, we are going with both the things here. So first, we have to complete activity of designing automation frameworks, and then we need to be get completing the activity of designing automation scripts here. In that, if you want to be get design the framework, if you want to be get design with the framework, we are not making any new thing. I mean, the test lead, it's not like any major programming he was doing. he need to be taking care about in creating the respective folder structure in Eclipse here. In Eclipse, if you want to be create in a folder, what we are doing? We are creating package. Okay, creating the folder means not like directly creating the folder. In Eclipse, we are getting creating with the package. Okay, in Eclipse, we are getting creating with the package. Once you are creating, once you are creating package in Eclipse, once you are creating package in Eclipse, that will be considered as a folder in workspace here. You may get in a question like creation of folder structure just need to be create with the packages. Why we required with the test lead? Why not tester itself just creating that folder? So here concept is not like creating the folder. The target is what kind of folders need to be created. I mean, according to that particular project, how many folders need to be created and what are all that particular standard rules need to be followed. As a test lead, he will be having some more knowledge, more experience related to that particular project. So he can easily analyze or he can easily decide according to that particular project requirement what are all that particular folder structure need to be created. He will be having more information. Because of that, test lead is taking care about in getting deciding that particular folder structure and that particular standard rules here. But again, the folders what has been created, the standard rules what has been provided, it's not like fixed here. For example, assume that as part of the requirement created two folders. It's not like always you have to continue with the two folders only. You will be having enhancements also based on the project requirement or based on that particular client requirement. You can continue in doing with the enhancements by following some particular standard rules here. According to that, in our project, according to that, in our project, we have been followed with the folder structure. In that, how many folders we created? How many? Two. As part of our requirement, as part of our project requirement, we have been created two folders here. Based on our project requirement, we have been created two folders here. In that, one you will consider leaf folder, another one is test script here. For now, we got two folders. Going forward, if required, it'll continue with the two, or it can create some more folders based on the requirement here. Okay, see the concept. Once we got created the folder as a lib, under that one we are taking with global.java, another one general.java. What we are maintaining in global.java? In global.java, what is the standard rule we are following? We are maintaining test data related to whole project. See the concept here. The standard rules which are not like related to any one particular test case. The standard rules what we are following is related to the whole project here. Okay, the standard rules what we are following is related to whole project here. Now, whenever you are automating one test case or two test case or 100 test case, need to be follow same guidelines here. One tester, two testers, 100 members. Anyone working on the framework, everyone need to be get followed that particular framework standard rules here. Now, according to our requirement, we are following with the standard rule saying that providing test data and then providing objects information. Okay, next we are going with general.java. What you are maintaining here? What you are maintaining? All reusable functions related to our whole project. Related to our whole project, whatever the functions has been required, we need to be get taking care about all reusable functions need to be get available under this particular file. And then we got test script. What you are maintaining in test script? Our actual test cases, or you can consider maintaining our automation script. All our project related automation script, or you can consider automation test cases, we are maintaining under the folder of test script. According to our project requirement, these are all folder structures has been created, and these are all standard rules need to be followed. In all the project, everyone need to be follow the same. It depends. It will vary from project to project. It's not like mandatory that everyone need to be follow the same standard rules here, but in common, in general, while working with the most of the framework, these are the common standard rules we can apply. That is what we are discussing. By this, we have been, by this particular step, we have been done with the first step. According to the framework, what is the first step need to be done? Design of automation framework. That part is done. Second step. What is the second step? Design of automation script. Now, in common, on which basis we have to develop automation scripts? Based on manual test cases. Either you are automating individually, or you are automating based on framework. That particular concept will be the same. Based on manual test cases, based on manual test cases, we need to be get develop automation scripts here. Okay, let's see that how exactly we can get develop it. For that, take the test case steps. Take the test case. Mention the test case ID. Test case ID is TC001. Mention the test case ID. Test case ID is TC001. TC001. Okay, take the steps. Take the first step. Launch browser. Take the first step. First step. Launch browser. Okay. First step is launch browser. Okay. Take the second step. Enter URL. Enter URL. Okay. Take the third step. Enter username. Enter username. Enter username. After that, enter password. Enter password. Enter password. After that, click on login button. Click on login button. Okay. Click on login button. Okay. And then click on logout. Click on logout. After that, close application. Close application. Close application. Okay, right. So as you're done with the testing case step, what you can do is, okay. So what you have been done is just mark this and then beside that mention that. Okay, just make a note of these things. Having a name, function name, open application. Open application. So I will explain about all these things. Just make a note of it. Online students also make a note of it. Online students also make a note of the same. All the online students also make a note of it. Okay. First step and second step, open application. Third, fourth, fifth, login. After that, log out. After that, close. So for all these things, just in a top, you can have a heading like reusable functions. A top have a heading is like reusable functions. Okay, right. Let's see that. So now we're done with design of automation framework. Now we need to be start developing a automation script. To develop automation script, To develop automation script, we need to be taking with the help of test case step. If you want to be develop an automation script, you need to be taking with the help of manual test cases. So that we are going with our common manual test case step. So that we need to be open with application. So which need to be open with the application and then doing with the login, logout and close the application. So the same steps need to be followed. Previously, we are already automated, but the same thing we are repeating with the help of the framework. Previously, you got understand automating like individually. The same step you are automating with the help of frameworks here. So that how we can do that. Further, again, the common concept, these particular automation scripts we are developing based on selenium. We are working framework only, but in framework we are utilizing with the selenium according to our understanding. If we want to be work with the selenium, what we require? Jar files. Based on jar files, what we can access? Packages. Based on packages, class. Based on the class, method. What is the use of the method? To perform an action. Anything. It may be Java, Selenium or framework, anything. The concepts will be the same. So that particular programming hierarchy, will be the same here. Okay, let's see that. Now we are having framework, we are having testing cases, then we need to be start automating it. So how we can how we can develop that particular automation scripts here. Okay, let's see that. Let's look into that. The very first step to work with selenium, what we require? Jar files. We need to be add jar files. Adding the jar files, same concept. Adding the jar files, same concept. We will follow same steps here. That we are taking with build path and then configure build path. After that, add external jar and we have to take selenium jar file, which need to be taking with selenium jar file. Okay, see that. Okay, right. So then finally you need to be take apply and close. So now we done with the jar files, then we have to start doing the programming. According to the programming, first we are taking with global.java. In global.java, what we have to maintain? Test data and objects. So whatever the test case you are automating, any test case, మీరు ఏ టెస్ట్ కేస్ అని ఆటోమేషన్ చేయండి related to that particular test case. Whatever the test case you are automating related to that particular test case, we have to maintain test data and objects. Apart from that, you should not be writing any other information. You need to be taking care about providing test data and objects here. Okay, so how we can provide it? Let's see that. Okay, last AC option. Right. Now I can see that. See the first step. What are the things we have been required? Test data. I'm considering as a string mentioning about URL. So related to current test case. Related to the current test case, first we required an URL considering that is an test data taking with the help of that particular URL. Okay. After that, which need to be get mentioning about string taking with username, that will be providing username. Okay. And then which need to be get mentioning about password, which will be taking with the password, right? So one it will be taking with username, and then it will be taking with password here. Okay, done. So for now, I'm going with this information because as we are automating only login related test case, we record only this is considered as a test data. In case if you are automating the test case of add new employee, what is the test data you record to add a new employee? First name, last name. Along with these things, extra things we have to get added considering the employee first name and employee last name. So based on the requirement, a test case based చేసుకొని whatever the test data has been required, you need to be provide that particular test data. Okay. Next, let's come up with objects here. Now, if we get consider login and logout, what are the objects we have been required? So what are the objects we required? Username text box, password text box, login button, and logout link. These are the objects has been required. So whatever objects has been required, whatever objects has been required, we need to be get provide that particular details. Okay, see that how we are doing. Public string, that is a text box, some writing in a txt. Here you can mention text box, or you can mention only txt. That will depends on real time project standards. I mean, while working on framework, what is that naming convention? You will get in a standard rule. For now, we are mentioning about saying that txt. Okay, which text box it is? What is the text box name we got? Login name. For easy identification, which text box we are identifying, we have to provide that name mentioning about login name, saying that login name equal to in a double quotes, you need to be provide the text box details, nothing but identifying the object. To identify the object, how many options we got? How many types? 8 types. In that particular 8 types, which option you want to be used, that will depends on tester comfortable. Which option you have to use it, that will depends on tester comfortable. For now, I'm taking with the name, which need to be get provide name using name of that particular text box. All these concepts very well you are knowing it. Previously, we are already clearly discussed about object identification. The same concept we are applying. So here I need to be provide that particular name. After that, public string txt underscore, it will be taking with password equal to, which need to be get mentioning about txt password. Okay. After that, which need to be get string button underscore login. What is the name of the button? Submit. Okay. After that, mentioning about public string, that is a link. Which link it is? Login. Okay. Login equal to providing that. What is that information? Logout. Okay. So this is how you need to be get provide all objects information. It's not like in a new thing we are doing. Everything you're already knowing. This is nothing but object identification. It is object identification. And we are defining it. In simple, how we are defining? If we remember the Java concepts, we discussed about data types and variables. Remember it? Data types and variables. What is the use of that? Representing the data. If we want to be get represent in a data, we are taking the help of data types and variables. Same thing we are following. The string, it can consider like data type, and this is considering as a variable, and this is which will consider as a variable value. Nothing but data types and variables representing an a data. Now we can see the concept. So we are following some standards. Okay. So which it will be getting following some particular standards here. So which need to be get mentioning about, which need to be get following with the standards of saying that need to be get providing test data, and then need to be get provide with the objects here. Okay, done. So this part will be the done. Okay. Now let's come to general.java. What we have to maintain here? What we have to maintain? Reusable functions. We need to be start writing with the function in Java, or we are already knowing about the function. Function is nothing but method. We can call as a method, or we can call as a function. What is the use of the methods? What is the use of the methods? To perform an action. How many types of methods we have? 8 types. How many types of methods? How many types? 2 types. What are those? Predefined, user-defined. What is the meaning of predefined? Defined by the language. What is the meaning of user-defined? Defined by the user. Till now, what happened? While developing an automation script, previously, we are taking the help of predefined methods and done that automation. Till now, what we done? We are taking the help of predefined methods and we got develop an automation script. Now, also, we are taking the help of that particular predefined methods. With the help of that, we are developing our own methods here. Nothing but user-defined methods. With the help of that predefined methods, we are coming up with in developing our own methods based on the requirement. Let's see that. For that, now see these particular methods. These particular methods we are writing based on test case step. These methods we are writing based on test case step. What is the first step we got? Launch browser. After that, enter URL. So combine of these 2 steps, combine of these two steps, we are writing our function. What is the function name we are saying? Open application. Because if anyone is asking about open application, in common we can perform the two steps: launching the browser, entering the URL. So we are coming up with writing our own function. For easy understanding, I mentioned open application. Some people will go with the different names that will vary. For now, we are creating our own function. See that. Creating the function. Public void, providing the name. Open method name. What will be the naming convention? When you're writing the method, for method, what is the naming convention need to be followed? Method will be starts with small letter. In case of class start with capital letter. Always class need to be start with capital letter. Method need to be start with small letter. Okay, done. Now we got mentioned open application. Open application means what are the steps we have to perform? First is launch browser. After that, enter URL. To launch browser, see the step. What is the step we have to write? System dot set property. System dot set property. Mentioning that WebDriver dot gecko dot driver. So we are going the same concept, not like in a new thing. Here, what we have to provide? Path of driver.exe file. We need to be get provide path of driver.exe file. Let's go with that. We need to be get provide path of driver.exe file, including file name and extension gecko driver.exe. Okay, right. Next, after that, what you will be writing? WebDriver driver equal to new Firefox driver. Okay, it is giving an error. What is giving an error? We need to import packages. That will be the common concept. We have to import that particular packages. That will be common concept. Okay, so we got import that particular packages. Okay, next, here I need to be get enter URL. I need to be get enter URL. What do we have to use it? Driver dot navigate dot to. Okay, this is perfectly clear. Now see the concept. I need to be provide URL here. We have to provide URL information according to our framework. Okay, according to our framework, where we are providing that URL information. URL information available in global. Now see the concept. To make our easy maintenance, all our test data we maintained in one file. This information we have to utilize it. I mean, the data available in global, we have to utilize in general. Data available in global, we have to utilize in general. ఒక క్లాస్లో ఉండే డేటాని ఇంకో క్లాస్లో యూజ్ చేయాలి. How we can do that? What is it? Extensions. Now we can understand how we are applying OOPS concepts here. So going forward, in any interview, if anyone is asking that how you have been applied OOPS concepts in your framework, in a similar way, you can explain. So now, according to our requirement, the data available in one class we are getting utilizing in another class. So how we can implement inheritance? How we can implement? Extends. Now we are taking the keyword is extends. Extends of what should be the class name? What should be that? Global, which need to be get mentioning that global. So one, it will be mentioning that extends and then taking with global. Okay. Now we can see here. Now let's cross check that. Okay. I'm taking with navigate dot to. Getting the list of the details here. From where we are getting this information? This information from where we are getting? From global. In global.java, we are already provided this information. So the data available in one class, we can utilize into another class here. For now, what we required? URL. Just I'm taking that URL. Okay. After that, for the confirmation, we are printing with the statement saying that application open, which it will be mentioning that application open. Okay, done. Next, see the statement saying that public void. I'm writing one more function saying that close application. I'm writing the one more function saying that close application. To close application, what is the statement we have to write? Driver dot close or driver dot, what is another? Quit. Either close method or quit method. Okay. Driver dot, what is the method? Close. But are we able to get close method here? No. It is not giving in the list. Is there any close method here? No. Why it is not giving? What is the mistake we are doing? We required in a close method, but it is not giving in a close method. So what is the mistake we are doing here? Object I created, right? I created with the driver object. I'm utilizing with the same driver, writing the driver dot. So why it is not getting with the access? Import packages, we already imported with the packages. That selenium package is there, WebDriver package. See the simple logic here. This is open application. This is a one function, one method. We got open the method and we got close with the method. Okay, see here. In this method, if I try to write driver dot, giving the access, here I'm getting the access. The same thing I'm trying here. The same thing I'm trying here. Giving the access? No. So what is the difference here? The driver object, what we created driver object, web driver equal to new Firefox driver. This driver object, this particular driver object, you have been created within a method. Because of that, the driver object is accessible within that method only. It is not giving an access of outside of that method. But our requirement, we have to consider outside of the method. If I want to be get access for outside of the method, how we can define it? See that. Right. So how we can doing is, I'm just removing WebDriver here. Okay, this WebDriver I'm removing from here. And then I'm going to global.java. Here we are maintaining with all the information like test data objects. This information related to one test case or related to whole application? This is related to whole application. We are maintaining the data related to whole application, not like related to any one test case or anything. Because of that, what I'm doing is, so here I'm defining that. I'm making as a public and then WebDriver and then connectivity, taking with the driver. Okay, so now you can see. Let me import this. So the driver object, what exactly the driver object have been required, that particular driver object I'm making as a global now. By this, what will happen, whenever I required in a driver object, whenever I required this driver object, in simple way, I will inherit with the global class. By that, inside of the global class, I'm having driver object, I will be able to accessible. Okay, see here. Now, let's go to general. I have been already done with the inheritance. So, I will be able to access including driver object. Now we can see. I'm giving in a dot. Getting the list here? Getting the list of the methods? Right. So, what is the method we can use it? What is the method? Close. Either you can go with the close or you can take with the quit. Okay. For the confirmation, we are printing with the statement saying that application closed. Application closed. So like this, based on your test case steps. Based on your test case steps. Me test case steps ni base cheskoni, you have to come up with an understanding of what are the functions need to be written. For now, we're done with the function of open application and we're done with the function of close application. You can write the functions in any order. That doesn't make any problem. Not like mandatory need to be write in the same order here. You can write the functions in any order. It doesn't make any problem. Still, what are the functions we have to write? One is login, another one log out. Okay, see the concept. Now, I'm writing the function saying that public void taking with login. Okay. So here to perform the login, what are the steps need to be done? Login and ఏమేం steps perform చేయాలి? Type username, type password, click on login button. Right. Okay. Now we can see. So for typing the username, what is the syntax? For typing username, what is the syntax? Driver dot find element by dot taking with name. Now this object's information already provided in global. Global already defined చేశారు. I'm just utilizing. I'm giving in a T. What we got it? TXT login name. Okay, perfect. Dot for text box. What is method name? What is the method name? Send case. Taking with send case. Send case of mentioning that particular username. Okay. Next, driver dot find element by dot taking with name that I'm giving with the name txt password dot taking with send case send case of password. Okay. Next, driver dot find element by dot taking with name providing with the name button underscore login dot it will be taking with click activity, which will be taking click. Okay. So for the confirmation, you will be printing with the statement that you will be taking with login completed. Okay. Next, need to be write one more function. Now we can see send keys and click. These are considered as a, if we take with the send keys, if we take with the click, what are all these things? I mean, predefined methods related to Selenium. These are predefined methods. With the help of this, we are writing our own method. This is, you can consider user defined method. These are predefined methods. This is user defined method. Okay. Next, public void and then taking with logout. Okay. To perform the logout, what is the syntax? Driver dot find element by dot what is it? Link text. Link text. Link text of which it will be taking link underscore logout dot. What is the method name? Click. Okay. Then for the confirmation, you're printing with the statement. What is the statement? Logout completed. Taking the statement is logout completed. Okay, done. Like this, you have to continue. So like this, you need to get continue writing all the required functions. But all these functions, you will not be writing in one single day. ఒకటే రోజు అన్ని functions రాయరు. It's not like only one tester will be writing all the functions here. This is your regular activity as a automation tester. You will refer manual test case. Now you will be referring with the manual step. According to the manual step, you will see that what are all existing functions are available. Available, you will reuse it. Not available, you will be coming up with, you can see that. Now first we got global.java. What you are maintaining here? In global.java, what we are maintaining? Test data and objects. That part is what you are maintaining. Now at last we need to come up with test scripts. What you are maintaining in test scripts here? Our actual automation test cases. Okay. So here I need to perform the test case step. So here I need to perform test steps here. For that, in common, we are writing with the main method. Did we written any main method in global.java, general.java? No, because if we take main method, what is the use of the main method? What is the use of main method? To start. So to start program execution. So to start program execution, we are taking main method. Okay. Now we can see public static void main and then saying that string and then taking with args need to open that. Okay. Now you can see here. Let's look into that. So here we need to perform test steps here. So what are the steps we have to perform? Look into manual test cases. According to this, we have to perform. For this, for launching browser, enter URL. We are already created the function. What is the function? Open application. For these three steps, we are already gotten a function. What is the function? Login. For logout, what is the function? Logout. For close application, what is the function? Close. All these functions, where we are maintaining all these functions? Where we are maintaining? In general.java. In general.java, we are maintaining. Okay. Now see the requirement. Now our requirement is we have to get access of these method. ఈ methods కి access రావాలి. We are already created. Once we got created, we have to get access of these methods. According to programming, how will get access for methods? How will get access for methods? By creating an object. If you want to be get access for method, we need to be create an object. For which class we have to create an object here? Is it global.java or general.java or tc001? For which class we have to create? Which class? Simple understanding, guys. Is it tc001 or global.java or general.java? Online students need to be active, need to be respond. Okay, see that. Very simple understanding. In which class our required methods are available? In which class our methods are available? Methods are available in general.java. Our required methods are available in general.java. So for which class we have to create object? For general, because tc00 class is there, but our required methods are not available in this class. All our required methods are available in general.java. Okay, creating an object. To create an object, what is the syntax we will follow? Class name, object name equal to new class name. Same syntax. Class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay, so which it will be taking? Class name, object name equal to new class name. Okay, but it is giving an error here. Why it is giving an error? Why extends? Did I inheriting any information here? No. Then why inheritance has been required? The simple logic. See here. According to Java, how will get access for methods? Methods ka access ela vastundi by creating an object. How will get access for class? How will get access for class? Packages. If you want to be get an access for class, you have to import that package. See that this package is their test script. Under the test script package, do you have any class name of general.java? No. General.java available in the different package. The meaning is, if you want to be get this class, what need to be done? You have to import that package. If you want to be get an access for class, we need to be get import that package. Now we can see we got import that particular package. The simple understanding. For methods, create an object. Method ka object create chestunnam. For class, we are importing that package. Okay. Now you will perform the steps. So now here you will perform the step. See that object dot I'm taking with open application. So you can write in any order. Functions you can write in any order in the general.java. That doesn't make any problem. Your test case will execute in which order you are calling that methods. So first I'm taking open application. Okay. After that, object dot you will be taking with login. Login function is there. And then you will be taking object dot which you will be taking with logout. That function is there. And then object dot taking with close application. Okay, so this is what which need to be get accessing with the methods. So just you need to be get accessing with the methods here. Okay. It is giving an error. Why it is giving an error? Only for two errors, for two methods, it is giving an error. Huh. Error got resolved. What is the problem? Save is the problem. Okay. So that is what I clearly mentioned. Whenever you are writing it, you have to take care about regularly saving it, because you are working in two different classes. If save is not done, it will not give the connectivity. So now you can see here. If I'm executing it, you need to be able to see that to get perform that open application and then close application, login and then log out and then close application. Doing with the login and then log out, close the application. Okay. So you may get in a doubt, sir, why we need to do these many things? Why not we can continue our previous approach? Like looks like previous is very easy. Just we can see the steps and we can develop automation script. Why we need to be perform all these things here? What make you the reason? See the simple understanding. For now, what happened is we got designed the framework from the scratch. We started the framework from the scratch. Now, almost we got one shape. I mean, we got some functions, we got some objects, whatever we required. Now we can see. Now I want to be automate one more test case. To automate the test case, how much time will be taking? Let's see that. Let's automate that. Make a note of the test case steps. Okay, make a note of the test case steps. Mention the test case IDs TC002. 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 Okay, take the steps. First step, open application. First step, open application. Open application. Take the second step, login into application. Login into application. Second step, login into application. Take the third step, click on add button. Click on add button. Okay. Click on add button. Take the fourth step, enter employee first name and last name. Enter employee first name and last name. Enter employee first name and last name. Okay. Enter employee first name and last name. Okay. Take the next step. Click on save button. Click on save button. Click on save button. Okay. After that, take the next step. Click on log out. Click on log out. Click on log out. Take the last step. Close application. Close application. Close application. Okay. Take one more test case. One more test case. Online students also make a note of it. Online students make a note of it. Mention test case ID TC003. PC003. Okay. Take the first. Open application. First step is open application. Open application. Take the second step. Login into application. Login into application. Login into application. Take the third step. Click on any existing employee ID. Click on any existing employee ID. Okay. Click on any existing employee ID. Take the next step. Take the next step. Clear existing employee first name and last name. Clear existing employee first name and last name. Clear existing employee first name and last name. Take the next step. Take the next step. Re-enter employee first name and last name. Re-enter employee first name and last name. Re-enter employee first name and last name. Okay. Take the next step. Click on save button. Click on save button. Click on save button. Okay. Click on save button. After that, click on log out. Click on log out. And last, close the application. Close the application. Okay. Right. See that. So indirectly, the concept is very simple. So we're done with one test case. Second test case is add employee. If we get considered with the second test case is add employee. You have to done with the login. Once you done with login, you have to click on add button, typing the first name, typing the last name, click on save button, and then doing the logout. That is the second test case. After that, third test case is edit employee. First you are adding an employee. Second test case. Third test case, what you written? Edit employee. Once you done the login, click on, not clicking, okay. Click on any employee name. Rather than employee ID, mention employee name. In your test case steps, click on any existing employee ID. In a place of employee ID, mention the employee name. So click on any employee name. Okay. Click on any employee name. Okay. After that, now we can see. You have to clear this employee first name and employee last name. Further, I'm trying to delete. It is not accessing. You have to click on this edit. Once you click on edit, these things will enable. Just type some new one. You have to delete existing data. You have to delete existing data and then you have to type new data and then click on save. After that, doing with the logout. That is a third test case. So first, add a new employee. Second, edit an employee. See that. Now we can understand. Now I want to automate second test case, add employee. Further, I will be going with global.java. In global.java, what you have to do is you have to see that you have to look into that whatever the test data required and whatever the objects information required, you have to provide it. As an example, now public string, we required employee first name, okay, equal to providing employee first name, any name, okay. After that, public string mentioning that employee last name equal to providing that particular last name, whatever it may be. Okay. So this is how you have to think on it. Related to any test case, whatever test data required, whatever objects required, you have to define. Similar to test data, you have to define the objects also. You guys need to be practice for tomorrow. Okay. Provide all the required objects related to your test case. Then come to general.java. Here, open application already there. Login already available. I required need to be write one function saying that public void saying that add employee. So related to add employee, whatever the steps required, you guys need to write that code. Mira code రాయాల్సి ఉంటుంది. For now, I'm just printing the statement. I'm just printing with the statement adding new employee. You guys need to be write all that step. Okay. And then I'll be writing one more function saying that edit employee. To edit an employee, what are all the steps you required? To edit an employee, what are all the steps you required? You need to be write that. Mentioning that edit employee done. Okay. Still, if you are interested, you can write one more function saying that delete employee. So here I will be mentioning that delete an employee. So what you have to do? First you will be referring test case step. According to the test case step, whatever existing functions are there, you will keep as it is. Extra things what you required, you have to write it. Then you will be coming to your actual test cases. Here I will be creating with the class, providing with the class name TC002. Okay. So here I need to be create with the main method, mentioning about main and then string and then args. Okay. Now, how to get access for method? By creating an object. So for which class we have to create an object? For which class? General, because all our methods are available there only. Equal to new, mentioning about taking with general. Okay. Now it is giving an error. Why it is giving an error? We have to import that package. We need to import that package. Now we can see the advantage here. See the advantage of framework. Object dot. What is the function we are calling? What is the function? Open application. Now you can compare with previous automation what we done. Previously, in each and every test case, we are writing the code related to open application. Now what we have been done as part of our framework, whatever the code has been required, we kept as a one function. Whenever it is required, you are calling that particular function. Writing one time, utilizing for multiple times. Reusability. This is what the main advantage of the framework. Reusability, first advantage. Second advantage, maintenance here. If you refer our automation script previously, everything individually. You can't understand until unless you are opening and seeing the code. But here, everything we are following some standards like all test data, one file, all functions, one file, all automation script, another folder. So everything we are maintaining in a very proper manner. So maintenance also will become in a very easy here. So this is how we have to come up with the framework. Open application and then taking with login, which will be taking with login. After that, I want to be get add new employee. I'm taking add employee, and then which I will be taking logout. That I will be taking logout. After that, I'm taking with close application. So how much time we took for this? Hardly 5 minutes. So if already functions are available, it will save you a lot of time also. So reusability, maintenance, and saving with the time here. Initially, it will take some time because as it done from scratch, but certain stage go what you are developing will become in a very easy to automate any of the test case, because wherever it is required, just your and then your scripts here. Now we can see if I'm executing now to be able to see that particular steps here. Let's see that. So it has to be taken with login, as I have not written the code employee. So saying that which you will be taking application open, login, completed, add employee, logout. But once we got executed, are we able to send reports here? Like how many test case passed, how many test case failed? Any reports are generating? No, because by default, selenium will not be generating any report. Because of that, we have to take the help about testng, or it will be testng or JUnit. So this is how another tool has been came into the picture. I mean, forever we are integrating with new features based on the project requirement, based on the path, integrating with the new feature. Is not generating any reports. We are taking another tool. What is it? testng, for the purpose of generating HTML reports. We are taking with the help of testng. So what is mean by testng? How we need to work with testng? How to integrate testng with the Selenium or with our framework? That is what we have to discuss. But before going to that, you need to get comfortable with this framework. So for tomorrow, take a practice of these three test cases. First test case has already been done, login, logout. Second test case, add employee. Third test case, try for delete employee also. By that, global, general, everything. By that, I will be integrating TestNG to our framework. How to integrate? What is mean by TestNG? Everything you will learn all our coming session. In further, all our coming sessions we are in framework ki chala features ni integrate cheyali. So if I want to be integrate, first I have to comfortable this framework. First basic comfortable ga undali. By that it will become very easy to understand all our coming session. All this code already available in your PDF file. In the PDF file, global related code, general related, everything have been already uploaded there. Already documented in the PDF file. You can refer there. You can easily understand. But for tomorrow, complete these 3 test cases. By that, it will become comfortable. Then I'll be getting started with TestNG here. Okay? Clear? Coming session అన్నీ కూడా ఈ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్ కి కనెక్టివిటీ ఉంటుంది. సో బికాస్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఫస్ట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు కంఫర్టబుల్ ఆన్ దిస్ ఫ్రేమ్వర్క్. So it will become very easy for all our further session. Everything I'll integrate to this only. So it will make you very easy. So take a practice. So tomorrow we'll start with the TestNG. Okay? Carry on. Thank you. Online students, if you have any questions, you can wait. Yes, guys. Online students, if we have any questions, carry on.
Sir, for the edit employee details, right? So in that, when we are taking out the first name and last name, and we are re-entering the first name and last name, right?
First, you are clearing the first name and last name, and then you are re-entering with the another name.
Yeah. So for that, what is the syntax, right? To take out that.
You have to look into that. Try it.
Okay.
First,
Okay.
you guys try it. Okay.
Okay.
Sir, in this program, how to write wait statement, sir? Thread dot sleep or implicitly.
Wherever you record, you can write it. That is the common. At what particular step you required in a thread or slip, just you can add in that function. Doesn't make any problem.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Right.
Sir, I have one query. We have written general.java and global.java. Na?
Correct.
General.java, we have all important methods. So,
Right.
So we are implementing those methods. And what is the purpose of global.java?
In global, we are maintaining test data, right?
Okay.
So it's a simple logic in your personal